Hi guys, so today we're going to be moving on to the trinomials part of your factorization tree. I have taken more complex examples, meaning that the coefficient of x squared is greater than 1. So let's deal with the first one. So we have, I'm just quickly going to copy this across. So we have 3x squared plus 4x plus 1. So first things first is we have to draw up our foolproof t method. So I'm going to write my middle term on the other side, and my other two terms come on my left-hand side. Right. So how we do the t method is we find the factors of the numbers on the left-hand side that when multiplied together will give us a term on the other side, which when added together will give us a term on top. So I know that sounds super complicated, but this method is amazing, but it does require practice. So let's do the first one together. So like I said, you have to write down the factors of it. So I would have landed up with 3x, oopsie daisy, let me use my pen. I would have landed up with 3x and just a normal x. Remember, there is like an imaginary 1 in front here, but we don't have to write it down, okay? And then for 1, it's very simple. Only 1 and 1 will give that to me. Now, please, you don't have to care about the signs right now. The sign issue only applies later. Okay, so from here, we then need to go and cross multiply. Okay, so if we go and we cross multiply, we're going to land up with x multiplied by 1. But wherever that arrow is going to, that's where you write it down. So it corresponds at the top. Then 3x multiplied by your 1, you're then going to land up with 3x. Okay, so that's a cross multiplication. Then when we get to the other side, we have to say to ourselves, okay, what must my signs be of these two numbers so that they will give me 4x when added together? So in this case, both of them need to be positive. All that means is that I take that sign across to the other side, and there are my two brackets, 3x plus 1 and x plus 1. Okay, so that's the first one done and dusted. Let's deal with number 2. Okay, so when we deal with number 2, it goes as follows. So first things first, yet again, you're going to go and draw up your t method. Then we're going to go fill it in. So I'm going to have my 2x squared here, my 1, and my middle term is all the way on the other side. Okay, so get rid of this line. We're then going to land up with 2x and just an x. Remember, we don't have to write that 1 there. It's like a ninja 1. Then we're going to write our factors of 1, which is 1 and 1. We then cross multiply. So x times 1 is x. 2x times 1 is 2x. Now I have to say to myself, what do the signs need to be for the two of them when added together to give me minus 3? In this case, both of them have to be a negative. And I bring that sign across. Now, the way you will always check if you've done the correct combo is over here, when those signs are multiplied together, they have to give you the sign of the last term. So a minus multiplied by a minus will give me a positive. So that's how I know that my bracket combo is correct. So I'm going to land up with 2x minus 1 and x minus 1. Okay, so those are my two combos. Let's quickly deal with number 3. Okay, so now for number 3. Yet again, you identify that it has 3 terms. And now please don't think that I've forgotten about my first step of using my highest common factor. Okay, we always take out our highest common factor. But in this case, there weren't any for the previous 2, nor is there for this one. So yet again, middle term goes on the other side. I write my 6, my 2x squared, and now I determine my factors. So now I'm going to have my 2x and my x. And then for 6, we have 1 and 6, or 2 and 3. And remember, we always take the closest combo together. But what you would have noticed is that for your 2 and your 3 to work, your 2 and your other 2 have to multiply together, so they have to be across from each other diagonally, and therefore meaning the 3 has to go on top. So I'm going to land up with 3x, okay, and 4x. Both of them have to be negative, so that when added together will give me minus 7x. I take my signs across, and 2 negatives give me a positive, so I'm happy that these two are my brackets. Okay, and then for all of these, if you want to check that your answers are correct, on your calculator, you have a mode 5-3, right? If you have the scientific calculator, you will see it has an A, a B, and a C value. Now, this method I will teach in a video coming forward, but if you do already know this method, just know that you can check yourself using mode 5-3.